Alright guys, you know I've been in a slump lately, but I won't waste any time talking about that. Sorry about the glare, I will make a blind for that. But anyway, I'm in the shop and walking back and forth. I got a couple of commissions to do and my mind's not in the right spot to be doing anything. And there's this one, we're gonna make an oyster shucker. We're gonna try to, because guess what? I've never had an oyster nor a clam. Maybe once, I don't know. Clam's Casino, is that a name? All right, but somebody gave me some titanium, and I don't know. I know very little. I just watched a couple of videos on oyster shuckers or clam shuckers, and they need to be strong. You got to pry them and stuff like that. And titanium might be the way to do it. And somebody gave me a couple pieces of titanium, and I'm thinking, you know what, Chandler? Instead of sitting here walking back and forth trying to figure out what the hell to do with life, let's make a titanium oyster shucker. See what happens, all right? And then maybe if it turns out, I might try it. Here we go. Now going along with what I'm gonna start calling my trademark, because I'm sick of making handles. I mean, everybody can make handles, you make them pretty as you want. It's a blade that matters. This is the piece of titanium that I've chosen. Hopefully titanium's not poisonous. I don't know for sure. Maybe I'll do some research while I'm waiting for the fire to get going. But I think this diameter would be good for a handle, and then just take part of that and draw that out into a shucker. Now the thing that I don't know, but it seems to be true, is that a shucker needs to have a nice fine point, or edge rather, not point, rounded point, edge, but it doesn't need to be sharp. So, and because titanium is so damn freaking hard to grind, you know, I can't with the tools that I have get a good edge on it. But I think I can get a fine edge on it. So we're gonna take this piece. Unfortunately, oops, sorry dudes. It's like freaking, I don't know what, 4 or 5 feet long. I don't need all that, so let's see about nipping off a piece of this. Again, I haven't used titanium since the last titanium video, so I've forgotten everything that I learned about it, except it's crazy steel or material, crazy metal. That's it. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna nip off, I don't know, it's just enough for me to keep my heat transfer into my hand. 2.5 feet of this. We'll see if we can cut that off with a cutoff tool, and then we'll see what we can do about bringing, again, I want an integrated handle. I don't want to mess with the friggin' handle. You know what, the tool is a tool, and I'm too old to be worried about how dressed up I can make that knife. It's just, there's so many hours into a knife. That's the thing that was bothering me today. I have somebody that's like, oh, I got a room on my cabinet, and bring me some small knives and I can sell them. And it's like, but do you know that whether you make a 3-inch knife or a 15-inch knife, it's almost the same amount of time. It's crazy. But anyway, it's something I've been wanting to do, and somebody just happened to give me some titanium to use. So we're gonna give that a go and see how it goes. Alright, like I said, I've forgotten everything I learned about titanium in the last go around, but let's see if we can cut this off. I know it cuts. It's just harder than hell. Your working time is like, I gotta be clean about this. I got like 7 different cuts there. Working time is crazy short. Let's get this as clean as we can. That's it, man. It's all done. It's alright. It ain't called titanium for no reason. Right. Oops. Let's get a little cleaner, Chandler. Getting there. Titanium. Let's keep going with that again. I want to be a little more cleaner than I was at the beginning, so let's just take our time. getting there. Titanium. I think that's close enough. There you go. So there's our little, I don't know, 18-inch, no, it's more than that, 20-inch piece. We don't have a horrible cut on the end. Again, I do remember when I tried grinding this stuff before, it takes quite a bit to grind it. So we're relatively clean. I'm okay with that. This stuff here, you guys taught me, was titanium oxide. Got a magnet here somewhere. Well, I got more steel on the magnet. Not attracted to a magnet at all. Hopefully not crazy poisonous. Who knows? But there's our start. Well, since that's the hot end, we'll make that the blade. Again, I think we only need like a 3 or 4 inch blade on this. Don't know crap about what I'm doing. You know, and then that's something that happens. One of the things, get out of the sun, Janet. One of the things that I find myself doing is I'm living off of commissions, and commissions are crazy custom stuff I've never done before. And I think that's kind of what this channel was built on is, hey, let's try it. And this is one of those, hey, let's try it moments. You betcha. So we're going back through a relearning lesson here as to what colors we can work on. And again, I'm looking for an integrated handle. So I kind of have to guess as to where I want to drop that blade to give me 3 or 4 inches of steel. Or steel. Titanium. Draw it into that blade. Orange ain't hot enough. White. Just keep going with this, see what we end up with. Once it keeps moving, we'll keep working. Get. Not hating it. Going a little bit farther here. Again, we're not after a point, but we do want it kind of centered a little. It's got to be relatively thin. End of that conversation. Make a little bit more out here. Again, like I said, I haven't worked with titanium since the last project. A lot of steel in there, or steel. Seems like a lot of material in there still. Let's say about half that thickness. And try to again. I want the handle to be integrated. So try to smooth everything out there. Looking for, I think, maybe about 3/4 inch wide. Liking this transition, we got a bit of it. If it were regular steel, I'd call it a shunt there. We'll see what we end up with. It's like the length I want. I mean, like I said, 3 to 4 inches with some type of handle to hold on to. When you're so used to the color steel, you don't know for sure what you're getting into. That's it. That's the end of that conversation right there. And again, it's got, not that I know anything about it, but it's got a bit of a rounded nose. We don't need a point, we need an edge to crack that clam, and then to sever the first hinge jaw, roll around the top of the valve, and hinge the second top jaw. That's at least what I learned. So like this crack here, this would be something that I wouldn't even, I'd start over again if it were steel. But let's just keep going. Again, this is first attempt. Alright, bring the dog leg out just to get a little more width and length here. You know what, you can hear it. I mean, normally that type of steel would stay a little bit more red than that, but she goes quick. That's one thing I do remember, that's for sure. It might not be pretty when we get done, but it'd be cool if it works. I'll tell you one thing, it's quick to work with this stuff. It heats quick and loses heat quick. The key here is I don't expect to do much grinding on it, so everything, the edge, as much as the edge is possible, and everything needs to be forged in my mind. Then we're gonna have to cut the sucker off again and turn it into some type of handle, but it's starting to look the way I think it should. Okay, I dropped down to the 2-pounder again. I'm just trying to, like I said, I don't want to do much grinding on this, so I want to get things back where I want them to be. Square it up. No real point on it, but I do want it centered a little bit. So at this point, I'm almost at a red heat where I'm doing work that I would normally do at a black heat. But it doesn't look horrible. It's off to one side, but we'll fix that. We're still on the 2-pounder. I'm going to center that up. Need some type of, hopefully, transition between the blade and the handle. Get that centered up a little bit. Get this bulge here cleaned up. All right. I mean, I do have a little bit of a shunt here. That's okay. I'll deal with it. But we're like wonked off to that side. I want to bring stuff around before I worry about the blade too much. Got here again. I'm working with the 2-pounder still. I'm just doing some fine tuning here, trying to get that blade tapered into the center a little bit. I don't know what I'm doing. I know I'm much thinner than I am out here than I am back here, which means I need to draw this out a little bit. I almost want to put a curve on this, like a hoof knife. What you call it, a hoof knife? I think so. But let's see what happens. Because when you go over that top, what do they call it? Valve. You know, it'd be cool if it was hooked a little bit, but at the same time, you got to get into that slit that's in this shell, and that's got to be straight. So it's like trading one for the other. But we're getting close. I said this stuff takes on heat as quickly as it loses it. Just trying to get that transition from the blade to the handle where I want it to be. Straightened up and evened up. Before I start putting the bevel on the blade. Boy, this stuff, tough stuff. And again, we gotta nip it off. I don't know if I want to put the bevel on the blade before I nip it off or after. It's certainly easier to handle it before, but I'm not exactly sure. A little bit of a banana going on here. Well, we're gonna have even more once we get done. I don't know for sure. Never made one before. Alright, let's see where we are at. I like that whiter heat. It seems to move better there. Not a lot of scale. That's the coolest thing about this. We are still fatter here. Good transition, and we're offset a little bit, but we'll fix that up. Nice rounded nose. I'm okay with all of that so far. A little off on the transition. I'll just center this up, and then we'll just go ahead and put a little bit of a taper on that blade. If this were steel, would probably be done by now, but even if I knew what I was doing, it would probably be done by now. I'm just trying to get things cleaned up. Centered up best I can. Like I said, from that last titanium project I did, I know I don't have a lot of grinding possibilities, but most of this is going to be in the forge. It's some strong stuff, man, that's for sure. Said I'm doing my black heat work on my red heat, and moving on the orange, but I got, you know, I got things that would in a normal steel scenario would be shunts and stuff. I don't like that, but we'll keep working on it. I went back to the dog leg just to help get that transition cleaned up, since it does have a bit of a rounded edge on it. This does simulate one of the projects that I want to do, which is where grinding plays as little role as possible. You're going to hammer in as much of the shape as you can. You can hear it. So, all right, I think I'm as far as I'm going to go. Like I said, I got this one line here, which is from holding it over the anvil too soon, but I'll deal with it. Like I said, it's the first time through. Let's go ahead and try to bring that edge down now and try to control that banana that happens. I think we'll be okay. It is titanium, for Christ's sake. I'm trying to get that entire edge about white so that I can start putting in my bevel. You don't need to go all the way up to the nose, I don't think. So it's more about this chisel action that's going on here, but we're thin here and thicker here, so we'll go back and work that a little bit. See if we can even up this back edge a little. Banana in there. Actually, I don't know for sure. That's quite as horrible as it seems. But from aesthetics look, I don't really want the banana. Most of those videos that I looked at of oyster and clam shuckers, they had a straight blade. So we're gonna, I thinned it out. I'm okay with the thinness. A little bit more. We gotta start flattening it back out. I'll tell you, these cuts are like only seconds in between. But I want to bring it back flat. I still got work to do with this. Still got quite a banana going on. But next one we'll flatten it out and we'll get everything centered back up again. I think we're in good shape. What the hell do I know? Hopefully somebody brings me some clams so I can try it. Or oysters. I bet you oysters. $5 says oysters. Hidden meaning there. Again, the only reason this is taking so long is because I don't know what I'm doing, right? You do a few of these, I bet you can figure it out. I keep doing that. I'm regretting it. So the next time I come out, I want to work this side first, alright? So that we get everything where we need it to be. But we're getting down to a decent edge there. Nice and white, use the other side, Chandler, get that edge down. Okay, don't take long, does it? Not at this thickness. Not at this thickness. I mean, that's less, I bet you that's almost a millimeter anyway. Alright, so we're going to call our oyster shucker blade anyway. Hopefully we can get enough grind on it. We're not exactly centered and symmetrical as I'd like. We'll go back for a little deeper heat. Clean up that back transition between the edge and the handle. Oval the handle a little because you got to twist. You know, not that I know, but from what it looks like, get it in, you get it separated, you cut that one hinge, and then you come around, cut the other hinge, and then you twist. Now that's the videos that I saw anyway. Let's see where we're at. Get things cleaned up a little bit. And then a little bit on the horn. Actually, I'm going to get a little bit more of a rounding hammer here. Get me a transition. A little short, but not too bad. Oh, we're off a little bit. Let me heat one more time. I was ready for the next move, but I think I want to move over a little bit. And wait. All right. What do you got?
4 oysters.
4 oysters? Not. How big are they?
They're not huge.
Good. That's perfect.
And I got some cocktail sauce. Medium.
Medium. Right, so I don't blow my butthole out. Yep, I'm with you.
Well, I don't know how you're going to eat those. There's no way in hell I'd eat one of them.
Well, in about another hour, I'll have this thing, or half hour, I'll have this thing done. So, you're bringing me oysters and cocktail sauce.
I'm bringing oysters and cocktail sauce, and I stopped at the liquor store because I think you might need a little chaser.
I might need that chaser. You're a good girl.
God.
You're a good girl.
I'm like, why the ass give me? I my ass. You couldn't name it, I'll eat one of those.
Well, maybe you'll eat one.
I won't.
All right, we'll see.
No, I won't.
All right, I'll see you.
Bye.
Boy.
Bye.
And that, my friends, is a sign of a good woman. Hey, I got this bug up my ass. I'm making a freaking oyster or clam shucker. Pick me up some clams, would you? There ain't a lot of women like that out there. Not unless they want something. She don't want nothing. Actually, she does. She wants to see my face when I eat an oyster for the first time. But, for the record, I told you she'd get oysters. I know. It is what it is. All right, that's not horribly not centered anymore. Like I said, this crack here, that would be crazy, you know, no good. But it's there, and it's just the idea at this point. And the reason those cracks are there is because I dropped here, and then decided to move out and drop here. If I hadn't done that, I don't think those cracks would have formed. All right, let's get this thing kind of ovalized for a few inches, and let's get it cut off. Not quite as hot as I want to, but we're gonna ovalize this for a handhold. We'll come back and clean that up anyway. But we're about ready to do the cutoff. Which we want relatively clean. You know, this thing would look really cool if it didn't have those cracks in it, but I'm not too worried about it. Not with the material. Let's cut it off. Alright, let's start our cut. Got a nice little white going on here. Handle and oyster shucker. Be very, very careful with this cut. Try to be anyway. Oh, I'm too short. I know I can see it. I'm too short. And we tried. Lessons learned. There you go. I can count a little bit too short with the cut. That's alright. I prefer about another 3/4 of an inch longer on that, but we'll get her shaped. First time's a charm, right? Now we're just gonna see if we can draw a little bit out of this. You may think I'm hammering flat, but I'm not. I'm hammering oblique. Just to get a little length out of this. Just about ready to lose it up my mouth in a second. Just like that. Ain't horrible. Ain't horrible. Okay, get that end cleaned up a little bit. It's all crazy. Gosh, I wish I had an extra inch for that. How many of us wish we had an extra inch, eh? Alright, let's just stretch her out a little bit more. We certainly aren't worried about weight. Not with titanium. Like a little fatter tail than I have nose. We'll bring that back a little. In hopes to achieve that. We got the length we want now, but we still got a lot more to go. Dang it, Chandler. Could have been done. Let's just kind of clean up this end a little bit. Like I said, we're not going to have a lot of grinding opportunity here. Not with our aluminum oxide and zirconium. What the hell do I know anyway? I do know I like a bit of a curve and that can't handle. It's got good meat to it, it just doesn't have the right proper shape. She banana upped a little bit on me. We're going to take care of that next heat, I hope you. Nice and white. Let's bring her back down where she belongs. Just like that. God, I wish. If I was just going to the grinder right now, I wouldn't have any concerns whatsoever. But I know I'm not just going to the grinder. I'm not just going to go to the grinder with this sucker, so Well, she is one ugly mother. That big crack right there. Just a steel, you'd throw it away. Another day, shot. Let's get rid of that. Let's get this 2-pounder in. Let's just get this thing kind of where I want it. The thing about prototypes is sometimes you're lucky to get what you get. But at the same time, it's the last one you make, it's the only one you got, right? So I got a lot of banana going on here. You see this? Which from here to here I'm not concerned about, but I'd like to bring that down a little bit more. That damn little crack is bothering me, but like I said, from what I saw in the videos, which I know nothing about this crap, they're gonna buy me a bus and drive around the world, not world, crap, give a crap about the world. Drive around the continent. I'll watch people do this kind of stuff. Oyster shucking anyway. Get that blade down so it's a little more flat. Get into that division between the two valves. And that kind of heat, I think we can pull it off. I got the wrong tongs. Grab the wrong tongs. Just want to bring that nose down a little bit. I might have to go in for another heat because I grabbed the wrong. No, that's not horrible. I like it. Jeez, it's just to open up some oysters. A little bit too much of banana on the nose, one more heat. I said I had the wrong tongs, but the worst part is it's the best tong for the job that I do that. Oh, I'm liking that a lot. A little wiggly wop and a wave. Again, we don't have a lot of grinding with the abrasives that I have. So we're forging small in this regard. Gosh, that poor crack. It just looks so damn ugly, but I don't think it's as bad as it looks. And what do we got? For one more heat, I just want to move, not even a millimeter to one side here. The blade is off just a little bit. Like I said, it's just off a little bit there, and it might not even be the blade. It might be in just the transition. Just to kind of fix the lot. A little bit of a curve. Let's see if we can straighten it up. Gosh. I don't know. Don't live in Louisiana. But there she is. That's what we're leaving. Let me go ahead. I don't even know if normalizing on titanium is something that does it any good or not. But let's do that one normalization, and we'll figure out what we're going to do to grind this thing. Just let that sucker sit for a minute. It sure is ugly, but for a first try, what do you expect? We're going to hit it with a stone. The only thing I know that I can get some material on. Looks like my oysters might have shown up. So this crack here, no good. If this was steel, throw it away. It ain't steel. It's the first try, and again, I know why the crack formed. It formed because I pulled too little steel for the blade. Never gonna happen again. Not if I try to make another one. And with titanium, I doubt it's even gonna be a problem. What do I know? We're gonna figure out here in a second. Oysters are showing up, I better get grinding. Like I said, the oysters were showing up. We'll let that thing normalize for a minute. Close the door, it's all right. I told you she'd choose oysters. She had a choice of clams and oysters. She chose oysters. Doesn't surprise me. Just keep your head up here, nobody will see who you are. So she brought me, will we in the picture? Yeah, we are. You can talk, don't be bashful. 4 oysters. Oh, I don't think I need all this ice. You use it, right?
Yeah.
So let's, how do you open this? Oh, you said you brought me a afterthought.
I did.
Where is it?
In my pocket.
In your pocket? Oh my gosh, all this and oysters? And you just brought me like, oh.
No, I got a bunch of them.
I got a bunch of them.
You might need them.
Today I decided to make, or try to make for the first time, titanium oyster shuckers. Right? Because titanium doesn't break, you know what I mean? Makes sense to you? But we don't need all that. I read on the YouTube video about clams, they said to put them on ice first. No sense in wasting
I
clams.
didn't get clams.
What'd you say? You don't eat clams?
I
Neither
didn't.
have I.
I didn't.
Never in my life. Never in my life have I ever eaten any of these, but it's when you brought oysters. Just saying. So we'll put some oysters on some ice. Can you eat these raw without dying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They said the video I watched was clams. You put clams on ice, not ice water with ice. All right. So my good friend brought me some cocktail sauce to do it over. What's this? Is this melting that much already? Wow, that table. It's warm in here, huh?
Mm-hmm.
For a freezing day. What'd you bring me? What's my chasers? You can walk, nobody can see your face. You can walk right up to the table, nobody can see your face. So I got Uncle Bob's root beer, flavored whiskey. So kissed caramel, that's vodka, right?
Mm-hmm.
Vodka. And Smirnoff root beer looks like vodka. God, these are ugly things. Who would eat something like that? God, that's ugly. You'd think you'd just be able to use a regular pocket knife for that. Instead, I made this wonderful looking thing. What do you think? Huh? Doesn't that look like a wonderful thing? Alright, titanium's cooling. I got a lot of grinding to do. You want to hang around and watch me eat them?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she does. All right, we'll be back. All right, cracked and all. That's what it is. Looks ugly, but it's titanium, or it used to be anyway. Now I got to figure out how to grind it out. Again, oh, there ain't a whole. Gosh, I wish she would have brought me clams. I knew she was going to bring me oysters. I'm so screwed. I don't know shit about it, but that's the hinge, right? We don't want to go in there. We want to come in somewhere up in here, which means I got to have enough of an edge. Doesn't have to be sharp, but to be able to crack that sucker open. But of course, why not challenge Chandler and bring him some goddamn crazy ass oysters? But the key is this stuff's hard. And I can go ahead and put it on my grinder with, I don't know, that's a 60 or 80. The thing I want you to watch, where am I down here? God, I can't see with or without my glasses. I can't see a thing. Let me move you closer. Come with me. Come with me! Oh, I'm plugged it. Now I gotta cut, edit, slice in. As you guys have, some of you guys have messed with spark tests. Watch the white sparks from titanium. Nothing like steel. I'm still recording. Almost enough to blind you. And it's one, well, it's part of the spark test anyway. All right, I'll come back once I grind the crap out of this. I'm either going to use that, if it works, it seems to be doing okay, or I'm going to use a stone on a angle grinder. I'll be back in a little while. the differences between titanium and skin, right? All that's gone, that knuckle's gone, that's gone. Although barely anything on this. It's crazy. And that stone isn't strong enough. That's Zerk right there. Let's go over to the other stone. See if we can get anything. Like I said, this is the first attempt. I really kind of missed that knuckle already. Damn it. Fuck. Hope there's more sense. Seriously, I miss those knuckles a little. Oh, titanium. So you see, this is the spine. That's the edge. So I got to, again, it doesn't need to be knife sharp. We don't want it knife sharp. We don't want to be cutting through our hands when we're trying to shuck a shell. So we'll be back once I grind that down a little bit. Alright, so I brought that edge down so you can see it. I mean, it's not supposed to be sharp, but it's got to get in between those two bivalves. And on a clam, if I was brought clams, there's a little bit more of a gosh darn a separation there. But no, I got oysters. So, but anyway, I just with the stone wheel, I just kind of ground that down. I'll jump back to the belt grinder, and we'll see if we can just kind of clean that up. Again, I'm not slicing paper. I don't want to. I don't want to slice my fingers off. But we'll see if we can clean it up a little bit. Alright, if it wasn't for that shunt right there, which I'm not calling it a crack, even though you watch it go all the way around to the other side. And if you watch the video at the beginning, I forged that. Alright, it's part of titanium. I only grabbed this much steel and then tried to draw it out, and then I dropped it again back here. That's what caused it, in my opinion anyway. But we'll go ahead and we'll test the thing out. I'm going to clean it up on the wire wheel. I mean, I like this rustic look. It's like, Jesus, Louisiana, goddamn rustic. Y'all come down for clam bake. We'll make you guest dang best clam bake you had. But that's not the point. Well, it's the first point. And we'll go ahead and shuck some oysters. And if I can control myself after an oyster overload, I'll put this in the vise and we'll hammer on it. And we'll see how bad those shunts really are. Let me wire brush it though. Alright, a little wire wheel. Nothing crazy, because again, this is proof of concept, and I wouldn't ever sell anything that has that kind of it's definitely a flaw. I think it's going to break when it's in the vise. But just to clean it up, concept is, integrated handle, a little short, all right? I'd rather have, like I said, another, by the time I wouldn't have drawn it out as much, so another inch. I frigged that up. That's all right. That's no problem. I got a decent flat edge on it. I don't have it's not going to be cutting hair. Well, a little bit of hair. I wouldn't want to be shaving with it, that's for sure. But just enough of an edge to get into that crack, hopefully, which I've never done before. Crack that sucker open and make an oyster shucker out of titanium, which, if it wasn't for that crack right there, if this thing didn't do that, I think this is an oyster shucker that would probably live for 1,000 years. So let me get myself set up. I never had oysters before. Never did. They look kind of like snot. Are they gonna taste like snot? Maybe. Let's get set up. Oh boy, what I do for you guys sometimes. I still do miss my knuckles a little bit. Dumbass. Alright, so I've got these. I watched a video, but it was clams. I told you should bring oysters. It's my fault. I should have watched a video on oysters. On the clams, they said put them on ice. Let's just start this off with a little Bob's root beer. There's a commercial for you. Just in case. The video I watched on YouTube, thank goodness for YouTube, we would know shit, would we? Some of us. Okay. Let me get something to drizzle that with. Drizzle a little welding wire. That'll work. Anyway, the videos that I watched in preparation is like, hey, Chandler, you should do this. Because you can see, they put these clams on ice. And then they're like, all right, well, here's the valve, or here's the hinge. There's a valve there, or whatever you call it. A muscle there and a muscle there. And then you find someplace up, and it was very defined. It was a defined line. So I don't see a defined line here. If I cut my fingers off, it'll be a YouTube sensation. But they came in off the edge. Oh my God. It ain't gonna work. That's what you get when you have somebody who wants to buy oysters. Let's find one that works. Holy crap farts. Maybe I better watch YouTube. Let's come in from the end. Scrape off all that sand. See, gosh, I don't know shit about this. Oh, here we go. I got a little crack there. You wiggle that sucker in. A little bit of pressure. Slice my wrist open. Alright, so now I'm in, hopefully high enough. And there's, oh, I felt it. I felt one freaking muscle cut there. You come around to the other side, you cut the other muscle. Like that. And she opened right up. Hopefully she's not shitting something I'm going to die from. And I guess I got it upside down. And that should have been done all the way across the top. Oh my God. This is gross. And you cut those two muscles off, and there you go. They said for clams, why shouldn't she get me clams? I watched the clam video. That if it looks like there's a bubble on top, that you did the right thing. It looks like a little bubble on top. I don't remember if they said to scrape the edge or not, but I'm going to. Because if this little fucking roll of snot goes down my throat, I don't want it sitting in my fucking mouth. So we'll crack open the... Oh my God, this is disgusting. Whew, ma. What did I do for you guys? Ooh, I might need a little bit more than a welding wire to drizzle some stuff on here. Oh my God, who would do this? Off the back of the hinge or the front of the mouth? You ready? Jesus Christ. This is gross. You're supposed to do it. Wow. That motherfucker's pretty good. I'll be damned. Let's try it again. A little bit of shell. We're high class now, man. We skinny Ellis. Alright, let's... God, I had a hard time. A little bit of shell. I don't know. Son of a bitch works. You just gotta find the right spot. Get your knife in there. See, I don't know. I watched the wrong video. Oh yeah, are you there? Yeah, see. We'll just pry a little. Say relax, clammy, clammy. And then you come back and you just kind of cut that one muscle there, and there she goes. I don't know. Come over the other side. Oh, that one just opened up. She's like, God damn it, I don't stand a chance. I swear you should open it this way. Doesn't it look like a better soupy mess if you had the shell this way? Hey, you guys down there in the oceans, you'll be laughing at me. Look at all that lobster. Look at that juice, man. Still eating shell. Hang on, you bought that juice. See the juice? It's probably piss and who knows what. A little bit of sauce on that sucker. She could have brought me clams. Clams are cleaner. It ain't the prettiest thing in the world. Oh, well, I'm going to come back. This is like ending number 1, and then I'll do ending number 2, okay? But this is important. Look at the drizzle. Can you see it? Oh, it's drizzling. Oh, that's probably the best stuff. Anyways, titanium, how could you break it? If you didn't frig it up like I did, how could you break it? Here we go. I didn't scoop it out. Do I gotta scoop it? No, not really. Mother F, they fucking look, they taste good. They really do. Wow. I'll be back. Let me clean up. I'll do the destructive video. We'll see if that break actually breaks. Titanium, right? And then I'll eat the other 2. They actually are good. It's like swallowing a good old Logie with cocktail sauce. What I do for my $2.50 is this juice stuff. That's the good stuff, right? Yeah. I shucked the last 2 before I try this next test. Oh God. I don't know, guys. With the cocktail sauce, they sure do taste well. But give me chicken. Let's do it. Again, the big question is, in Chandler's ignorance, we got some really major crackage shots. For an oyster shucker, obviously it's not a problem. But from a learning experience, I guess we should. A little PPE, just in case the sucker comes back and cuts off my neck. We're recording. And that's called a fuck up. I knew it was, because it went all the way around, you know what I mean? Jesus Christ, Chandler, fix your hair, look presentable. I knew it had gone all around, alright? And even titanium, you frig up. Simple blacksmithing stuff, it really was, alright? I put in a step, and then I let that step fold. Even with titanium, you can't do it. You just can't. So that didn't break without any issue whatsoever. Just in comparison, here's the rest of the blade. Let's do this. To show you what poor blacksmithing, cutting corners, making mistakes can do. Where'd my 3-pounder go? Where'd I put her? What the hell did I do with the 3-pounder? That's what I used. Oh, it's underneath my mask. I suppose we'll put the mask on. Just in case. Ready? You're about ready to learn a lesson. Let me come right back. You ready? Friend dropped off some titanium. That's the story. Remember this knife? Been around for a while, right? 3-pounder. That's real titanium. This entire freaking video. Oh, gosh. You gotta love it. You just gotta love it. Has been incorrect. I thought I was using titanium. Seemed to work like that. You know what? Maybe I was. Maybe there's different grades of titanium. But I'll tell you one thing. If this really is titanium, God damn. It ain't that titanium. Can you fucking believe it? What did I learn today? Give me a second. Stop moving, table. Is it titanium or not? You guess what? Maybe one of the 174,000 of you that are my subscribers, which only 3,000 of you watch my videos anymore. I don't give a crap. I make videos because I want to make videos. Well, I make videos because 3,000 of you want to watch my videos. But I'm sure out of the 174,000 that are out there, y'all can give me some goddamn education. It's that grain pattern that bothers me. I don't know, man. Stainless, maybe? Like 301? It'd take me like another hour to freaking come back with some 301 and see what happens. I don't know what to tell you. Made a damn good oyster shucker, I think. Which you can make an oyster shucker out of mild steel. If you think about it, you really can. You just gotta have enough spring to open up that shell a little bit. Actually, a lot of them that I've seen online are not that high carbon steel. I did this one out of titanium so it would last a lifetime. So you could hand it down to 1,000 different oyster sugars. Well, guess what? Something wrong with that picture. What do you think it is? What do you think it is? You go ahead and make some comments. You let me know what you think it is. I've read railroad spikes crack harder, meaning after hardening, they cracked easier than this. It is shocking. I didn't waste a day. I had oysters for the first time today. I told you it wouldn't be clams. Yeah, there's a story behind that. But hopefully you enjoyed something. You learned something with me. Well, hopefully you got to the point where you realize you need to learn something that you didn't know, which is where I am right now. I don't know what the freak just happened. I was told it was titanium. Felt like it. But it's a little heavier than I thought. Oops, dropped one. A little heavier than I thought. But not as heavy as stainless, not as heavy as steel. Who the hell knows? And that's the way it is. Figure out what you're going to figure out. There goes the other one. I don't know. I'm not going to sleep tonight, though. I guarantee you that. Guarantee you. Until I figure out. Not figure out. Until I at least accept. You know, you pick a piece of steel up, whether somebody gives it to you or you find it. You make a tool. Try the tool. The tool works. You keep it. Fails. Try again. Good luck. That's all I got to say. Sorry. Thanks for watching. Bye. If you found this video helpful, educational, maybe even if you just found it entertaining, and you want to support me, you can jump back to my channel. There's a button on the right hand side of the screen called support, and it's kind of like a tip jar. You can go ahead and leave a tip for this video, and that'll help me make some more, I guarantee. Thanks for your support, as always.